Good evening, everyone. Um, Hope everybody's doing great. I know I am. I'm doing stuff, but anyway. Um, I came across someone, and I was watching, and some things resonated, but they mentioned. I'm going to tell you about mono if no one knows about it. Back then, I don't know how what they call it now, other than mono. The doctors call it mono. Back then, they called it the kissing disease. Whatever, you know. That's still true if someone has it. There's a lot of places and things you can get mono from if no one knew. You could get it from a water fountain. You could get it, say you have puppies and they didn't get their shots yet. And, it depends on how your immune system is. If you kiss them or, before they get their shots, sometimes you can get mono. What else? Where else? Back then in the 70s, just to get out of school, I saw you stick a penny under your tongue, not under your tongue, under your tongue, right before you go to, the nurse, if you're in school. You keep it in for like a minute or so, not even. So when they take your temperature, you have a temperature, and you can, leave. But anyway, you could get that. You could get it from counting money. If you lick your finger to count the money, all that money, whatever, is going in your mouth, and then you develop that to make it mono. It could develop into something else too. I don't know. And there's different forms of mono. I hear that it could be 2 weeks and you're fine. The worst, it could be like 3 months, maybe more, where you're taking medicine, your fever Instead of going down, it keeps going up. Your whole body is weak. Can't walk. You literally have to be carried. If you have to, go to the bathroom, whatever. But anyway, it depends on the form. It can actually harm you. Now, what I was seeing, they mentioned mono, then they said something, and then they mentioned testicular. Now the thing is, I'm advising also, everyone, to be careful. And it will make you tired, but you feel great. Now the thing is about when I mentioned testicular, today, well, back then too, and what's going on around, about today. Now, I'm not informing people. I'm just informing just to be careful, because I know what mono's like. I had it for 6 months. And I got it from a water fountain. Oh, yeah. And you also can get it, apparently, from getting your teeth cleaned. But I got it from a water fountain. Anyway, with the testicle, this is a warning. This is why I'm talking about this now. I wasn't supposed to, until way later, about it. But I'm told to make it to warn people. And what I'm about to say is, one, God sees everything. They want me to say that. Because what I'm about to say, and I'm noticing anything I put out there, these ones with the magic and whatever they're doing, I really don't care, because you're not hurting me, you're hurting yourself. I said that all in another video and on community. But I'm going to tell you, don't think you could do that. Wish mono on me or whatever. Or thinking that you're going to get mono right away. And I'm telling you, that's not a nice thing to have. This also goes out, well, obviously, to all the men. Now, you know that if you know that if you're with someone, you're constantly having problems, you leave them, but then you go back. I mean, when you left them, you were doing good, but you went back or whatever. Just be careful, because if someone has mono, they didn't tell you, and they're in the beginning stage, to me, I'll say they know about the mono. The plan is, if you sleep with them, then all of a sudden you're having a problem, down there. And if the doctor says, oh, well, it's whatever, some type of mono or something like that, they're trying to prevent you from having kids or whatever. I mean, other diseases come with it, ST, whatever. So, I'm just saying. I mean, they could have gotten the mono from someone else. But I'm going to say now, if they knew they had mono and they know about it, what it could do to a guy, they knew. And it was done on purpose. So, what I'm trying to say is, just be careful. I mean, anyway, you have to be careful anyway who you sleep with. Because, again, I've said it, others said it, until whatever you get and release and let go of everyone that you've been with, energy, your next partner or whatever, it doesn't carry over to with you, the both of you. This way you don't have problems. And with mono, if you can't tell that you have the mono, like with me, we didn't know I had the mono, and it was the first week of school. Well, apparently all the teachers and whoever kept saying, are you okay, whatever. And I felt great. I didn't know. Finally, at the end of the week, they literally pushed me to the nurse's office. And apparently, I had 104 temperature. And that stayed the 104 temperature for at least 2 more weeks, because the medicine wasn't working. So I'm just saying, be careful. Other than, there's also the same symptoms with acute meningitis. But with that, you get really bad headache, and your whole body hurts. So just be careful. you know, you never know. And get it checked out right away. You know, like I said, when I heard that, you know, flipping through, because I was just taking a break, having my coffee, so I figured, okay, let me go through this. And it was like I heard mono, and then I heard that, and I heard what was going on. I was like, I mean, I know that that's what these people were going through. You know, that's involved with me. I already saw that, whatever. Like, I right now, they're showing me, oh, that's another one that I can do. How many people are you trying to get involved? I'm telling you, and like that person, and I've said it, you're only hurting yourself and everyone around you that's involved. You know, I told you that, you know, the storm was coming. The fires are wiping out. I mean, I hope no one got hurt, but it's only targeting the ones who are doing the magic. I told you, candles, you know, and your crystal balls, if you try, are going to explode, pop, whatever. Everything was going to blow away. You know, but you didn't want to listen. Now look where you are. But besides the point, this is a health thing. But they were showing me that somebody was thinking, oh, that's a good one. It's only going to affect you. So, you know, so if you want to get mono, or I forgot what I said, meningitis or whatever. Okay. I'm going to tell you, it wasn't nice. You know, other than everything in my whole body was hurting. Couldn't walk. Head pounding. It's almost like when I had the Crohns. You see, there's difference. Colitis and Crohn's. Crohn's is way worse than colitis. But Crohn's also is 100 times worse than labor pains. So for 24/7 till I started tapping in, it started to be not all of 24/7 until I stopped it. You know, if you never had labor, you don't know what that is, you know, you think that hurts, try having something, you know, like labor 24/7, 100 times worse. And I said that I do not wish that on anyone. Everything could be dangerous. You know, everything can be cured as long as you know, take care of it. Now with what's going on about the karmics and the ones that are constantly doing something, you know, I only knew about, you know, the wind, the water, the fires, and candles, what was happening. You know, it's all going back to all of you. But with, again, like I said in the other one, I don't know if they're just going to give you the symptoms or you're actually going to get Crohn's. I don't know. And with what I heard and what I'm telling you about, I had mono. I had meningitis. It's not fun. It is not fun. And it's painful. So, that was a confirmation that, you know, someone out there is getting the symptoms of what I just mentioned. I don't know. But again, it's not up to me. I put everything in God's hands, my team, spiritual team, and whoever else, my ancestors, etc., etc., etc. Because I'm not telling you who I know in either place, spiritual or down here. So, because of the one way of the death magic, whatever, you thought that you could send the Crohn's back or whatever, how you're trying to do it. It's not going to work. It's going back, return to sender. It's going back to all, whoever. And like I said in the other video, people are going to know who God is, who Jesus is, and who I work with isn't playing around. You know, when I first started, it says it right there in the beginning. You use the magic for good purposes, for intentions, whatever. How you want to say it. I really don't care how you say it. As long as, you work with heaven above and you do things in good intent. It says that. But if you do it to harm or to gain for your benefit, it gets returned. Eventually. And what I mean by that is whatever, done this before and you succeeded, whatever you did, you might have caused a lot of deaths, whatever. But I don't know if it says but it should. If it doesn't say. I mean, I knew because I was told. All of it will get sent back to you, and much more if you come up against the wrong person. And I said that from the beginning. You're messing with the wrong person. And I'm not the only one out there. But with me, I know a lot of people. And a lot of people know me that I don't know, that are part of the team. My father knew a lot of people. My uncles knew a lot of people. And they didn't say anything about it. They knew who they could tell. So, before you think to do anything to harm people, just remember what happened to the ones that came up to the wrong person. You could see. You could start seeing now. And that was the reason why I said everyone needs to start speaking up, letting people know. Because all this stuff has to stop. All this hatred. I don't, like I said with the other thing, I do not know why. It just, I don't know. Why people can't help. Why do they have to, how can I say it? Say one thing, but, a piece of paper says something else. Like, take me. I worked so hard. I found the biggest company to do it. And in between, now I know I paid them, but they're saying that they didn't get it or whatever. So I started to pay them again. But in between that, I had a problem with something. And that's how the FBI got involved. Among with something else prior to that, what someone tried to do. But anyway, they were supposed to do it. Now, I can see, I paid enough where they had to do all the paper and all that. But it shouldn't take 10 years to do. So right there, I knew somebody found out and called them up, and they were taking advantage of me. Oh, believe me, they're going to get their due, and I'm going to get everything back. And that's one, how I know I am highly protected. 2, that prior thing, who stole stuff. And that one, I have to laugh about. It was like, it amazes me. I never even saw something like it. I was at work, and a neighbor calls me and says 3 sheriffs were at my door looking for me. So I said, okay, go tell them where I'm at. And she did. They came, took out their handcuffs. I said, excuse me. They were like, well, we're here to arrest you. And I said, what for? Well, apparently, whoever this person was tried to get me in prison for buying. I didn't even know that a copier cost that much. A real big one. And that, I don't know, they didn't really say why they were arresting me. I guess they didn't pay for it or something. I don't know. But they used my address. So, first of all, that big of a, because I asked him, I said, what in the world's that? And I had a small place where I worked at. They looked everywhere. I said, I don't own anything like that. And then right after that, that's when something happened, you know, and all of them got involved. You know, FBI, whatever. I mean, that person got caught. So did the wife. I'm not going to tell you where they went. First they went to prison, but I'm not going to tell you where they went right after that. But I never noticed that, you know, back then, how highly protected I am. So I'm telling you, I experienced probably everything. And if I didn't, I saw who did, but didn't learn from it. So I knew not to do anything. It's all up to God and the universe, divine, whoever else I know. It's not up to me. I will never take revenge on anyone. But again, that doesn't mean that if you tried anything, like right in front of me, you tried to hit me or whatever, don't think that I'm taking revenge when I knock you out. So, other than me, and the ones that I know that are my soul tribe, whatever, and the others, my media family, you know, that are also highly protected, I advise you to look around. And see what happened to the ones who messed with the wrong person. So the reason why all that came up was because of the vision that I was seeing about something that is really important that people need to know about, you know, mono and meningitis, you know, just to be careful. It turned out that, you know, that was the next step, other than you guys, someone, or maybe the group, you know, thought that they were giving me the Crohn's back. That's everything I was seeing. So I guess I had to talk about all of it. But truthfully, until everything gets done, all of you get caught, I don't want to know until then. I'm only going to get information about how I can help others. So, on that note, everyone else, just be careful with, symptoms of, there's different types of symptoms with all of it. If you get a headache and your body is hurting at the same time, get checked right away. It could be one of them, the meningitis or mono. But yeah, and the part where the medicine wasn't working, I was fine. I was walking around, because I had to go to the doctor and we had to get blood tests and all that. And then I was taking the medicine, but we noticed that it just kept going up. And that was like a week. And then all of a sudden I couldn't walk. So, as soon as you see, I don't know, day 1, day 2, whatever, that instead of fever going down, but it's going up, truthfully, I would tell your doctor and get a different medication. You have to keep up on this stuff. Seeing the signs, the difference. Before I used to say, oh, it'll go away. It will go down. It will go down. But I still did stuff. I mean, it was just a headache. You can get fevers when you have headaches too, because it's like a sinus infection or whatever. It's not contagious. So I just did work. Kept going. But with mono and everything, you have to be careful, because that's contagious. Oh yeah, by the way, I think once you start the medicine, it's not contagious after, I think, a few days or a week. It's not contagious. But the thing is, I think I did a video on it. I would say that whoever takes care of you and all that, it's not contagious, but whoever took care of you, whatever, they might have had a low immune system. They won't get mono, but it's called adult mono, and it's called Epstein's Barr. That is a form of an adult mono. It's not contagious. but you're constantly tired. And I can't remember the rest. But it's called Epstein's bar. So if you were ever around someone at a young age, whatever, and you have Epstein's bar, now you know. Or you're tired constantly. I mean, being tired constantly could be a lot of things. But that's one of them that I know of. I mean, it's curable, but, you know, I'm just letting you know what's out there. So, in that note, this is long enough. I have a lot to do. Turn your bad day into a good day. Try not to worry. You know, if you have faith, believe in it. God and your loved ones have your back. And try to change it, you know, to make it a good day. So, on that note, everyone have a good day. Ciao.